Lil Durk trial, the opening statements are done. 4 government witnesses have testified. Let's get you caught up on everything you need to know. So the government went out, they laid out their case, the motive, the beef between Quando and Lil Durk's camp, this concept that Durk is the leader, OTF is a gang, they're involved in killings. They laid out the text messages, the music videos, that the cooperator is going to explain exactly what Durk's role in all of this was. I thought the strongest thing the prosecution did is they laid out the timeline that predates this August 19, 2022 shooting at Quando Rondo, and that in fact there were prior shootings, and all of it kind of really lends to itself to building the story that these two camps hated each other and they were going after one another. As I'll discuss in a moment, the defense had a good response to that, which is drawing this division between OTF Vonni and Durk Banks and putting all the prior attempts that the prosecution spent a lot of time planning in the jury's head on OTF Vonni. I thought that the defense's opening was a lot stronger. They had the great quote, "Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, if you're trying to follow the money in this murder for hire trial, you will not be able to, because this is a murder for hire where nobody got paid." Durk Banks' lawyers, and it was Marissa Goldberg, not Drew Finling, who did the opening statement in this case, and I thought that made a lot of sense. Most of the jury is women, a lot of white women. Marissa Goldberg is a white woman who is cold as ice, stone cold serious, not the type of showman Drew Finling is. There's a time and a place for the showmanship, but when you open up in a case where the jury's going to see the autopsy videos of a young man with bullet holes riddled all over his body, you need a very, very serious tone. That's the exact tone Durk Banks' attorney struck. I thought she gave a tremendous opening. I thought most of her opening was built on directly rebutting everything that the prosecution had just showed. So this concept of cooperators, she pointed out, hey, look, these are admitted murderers who are going to get convicted and sent to life, and the only way they can get out is to use Durk Banks as an insurance policy, somebody to pin the blame on. She talked about the first cooperator, OTF Jam. A lot has been said. She labeled him a quote-unquote massive cooperator who gave over 30 interviews to law enforcement in the very short time. He had spent 12 years in prison. He got out. He's only out for about a year. He's already talked and started trying to give up information 30 different times to police. Some of the times he knew nothing about Durk. Later, when charges and cooperation were on the table, he all of a sudden had all the goods about Durk. There was also a lot of talk about OTF Vonni. OTF Vonni, one of the cooperators, Durk's lawyers pinned him as the real ringleader, that Durk's not a ringleader. They said, look, if you look at the evidence, you're going to see Durk tells people to do things. They're not doing what Durk says. They're stealing from Durk. They're talking shit about Durk. Durk is his own little world, doing celebrity entertainment things. He's got a lot of stuff going on. It was OTF Vonni who, not only this murder that he orchestrated, not only did he get the rental cars, the guns, the ski masks, arrange everybody to be there, pick them up, take them to the scene. This wasn't the first time he did all that. He has a modus operandi, and he has done this before in an attempt to get at Quando Rondo, including in Georgia, including other occasions. And so the case is really going to boil down, as it always was, the cooperators versus Durk. There's some evidence in there, but a lot of it is explainable. For example, there was that text message. Durk says, hey, don't book no flights under my name. His lawyers pointed out that when you look at the evidence, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, that text clearly had nothing to do with this murder, and what Durk was talking about was a completely different event. And oh, by the way, the guy Vonni did end up booking the flights using a credit card connected to OTF. So to the extent Durk, as the ringleader, is giving instructions to people, they're not following them. Ultimately, where is this case going? This case is wide open. The prosecution presented a narrative. The defense presented a narrative. The narratives do not matter. What matters is the evidence. I don't give a shit what you guys think you heard in music songs. I don't care what you think you saw on the internet. The jury is not going to hear any of that narrative. The jury is going to hear evidence from witnesses on the stand. I will say, I think the biggest problem you're facing if you're Durk Banks' defense team is trying to present a picture to the jury without them getting thrown off by the co-defendant's defense team, because there's actually 3 defendants in this case, not just one. And the 3 defendants, they tried to sever the charges and have only a single defendant. However, that didn't work out. And so now you have 3 defendants, and their stories kind of complicate things, and they don't make a lot of sense. For example, one of the guys, OTF Didi, he said, And both the co-defendants said, hey, we never agreed to a murder. We didn't even know there was going to be a murder. Okay, well, why are you there? Didi said he's there because he heard the OTF was going to be there, and he's found that it's a good idea to be around. You might be able, he had a music career. He was a budding, aspiring rap artist, and so he likes to be around and try to get some studio time, try to get into a music video. The other guy, his lawyer went up there and said, hey, he also didn't know anything. He didn't agree to anything. Why was he there? The other guy didn't explain why he was there. He just said, oh, well, he was there. He never kind of explained that. And so it's an interesting case because you have this celebrity superstar powerhouse legal team that's defending the case. And not only do they have to defend the case against the prosecution, but they have to deal with the co-defendants' cases, which all of them kind of are telling slightly different stories while they're all trying to throw a perfect pitch down the middle to proclaim their innocence. This trial will continue. In my next post, I will explain to you some more of the details that came out in the opening, as well as the first 4 government witnesses. Stay tuned.
All right, listen. Day 3 of the Durk trial and the whole internet lost it. Cause soon as his lawyers opened their mouth, they ain't point at Durk. They pointed at Vonni. Said Vonni the mastermind. Vonni got the cars, the masks, the guns, allegedly. And now everybody's screaming the same thing. Is that snitching? Or is that just how the game work when the feds got you? Now, before you comment, remember, this ain't me talking. This is what his lawyer said in that courtroom. Opening statements, not evidence. But you already know the streets got their own verdict. So let's break down what really went down. And you tell me.
Man, so Trap Lord Ross and the people that's in the courtroom just revealed that Lil Durk put everything on Vonni. For the people that don't know, Vonni gonna take the stand against Durk. They saying that Durk just basically pulled a reverse card. It's a lot of people in the comments saying that Durk is snitching. Y'all know if this true, 6ix9ine about to have a field day. I guarantee he making a video as we speak. It's some people in the comments saying that Durk lawyer telling and not him. If you don't know, the lawyer not saying shit without talking to Durk first. Anything that his lawyer is saying, Durk already know about all of it. I feel like he damn near ain't got no choice. Dude probably told Durk, if we don't put the blame on Vonni, you was cooked. It's too many people testifying against Durk for him not to take this approach. If the lawyer ain't put the blame on him or somebody else, this trial would have been over quick. That's why I always say the streets is dead. Ain't no way around it. If you really living like that, you're not gonna win in the streets. Being in the streets, you basically just locking yourself up and throwing away your own key. Comment how y'all feel about Durk lawyer doing this. Do y'all think this snitching or y'all gonna be biased? Let me know.
Major controversy outside the courtroom in the Lil Durk trial. Too many people, not enough seats. The court should have known that this was going to happen, and there is no overflow room. Typically, federal court proceedings open to the public. What they have, main courtroom, everybody can go in there. There's more public than can fit in that courtroom. They open up an overflow room. The overflow room is reportedly starting to be open, but opening statements are starting. Good chance this trial will start without all of the public that wants to attend and see it being able to attend and see it. This is not a surprise. They knew this was going to happen. On Thursday and on Friday, when the jury pool was going to be in the room, they had to move the reporters out and the press and the members of the public because the room could not fit everybody. There is a bigger courtroom. There's a courtroom on the first floor. That first floor courtroom is a ceremonial courtroom, lots of seating. It could have been used on Thursday, could have been used on Friday, accommodated the jury pool and all the people. It definitely should have been used today.
What's up? It's your boy Denad. I'm here at the federal court building in downtown LA for day 3 of Lil Durk trial. Today we're gonna hear opening arguments from both the defense and the state. Real quick, there's some misinformation going on online. I think DJ Academic spewed it, saying that Lil Durk had OTF Jam's baby mother pop. Listen, OTF Jam's baby mother was pop because she was a UPS worker and she had a master key to a lot of boxes, and niggas like to hit them boxes. Also, it might not turn out to be what you think when it comes to OTF Jam. People are speculating that he is going to witness and testify that Lil Durk gave him 50 bands to unalive someone. How is that possible? OTF Jam wasn't even in California when this incident occurred. And don't a lot of rappers give their homies dough when they get out of jail to get on their feet? You're gonna incriminate people because of that? Like the video, subscribe to the channel, join my Discord for updates as we continue to cover this Lil Durk trial.
Durk lawyers just had their opening statements, and I ain't think this is how it was gonna go down. His lawyers must have been watching New Jack City this weekend the way they blame Vonni like Durk was Nino Brown. Huh? Durk lawyers just had opening statements, and I ain't think this is how it was gonna go down. His lawyers must have watched New Jack City this weekend the way they blame Vonni like Durk was Nino Brown. Huh? This thing done took a hard left. Apparently, they blaming Vonni for everything. Now, we know Vonni is supposed to be testifying against Durk. Apparently, Durk lawyer said that Vonni had all the motive to make sure that he got get back for King Von. They said all the way up until the night that Von was basically unalive, and they said Vonni was basically holding Von the whole time, drove the Hellcat to the hospital, and they said allegedly, King Von said, why you let me pass away? Or why you let me get hit up? At this point in time, they just pulled a switcheroo like no other. Huh, Durk? Did you have a 38 special saying
Am I my brother's keeper? Huh?
Listen, this is looking like deja vu, but hey, whatever way y'all see to get Durk free, we did not see this coming, and I don't even think prosecution know what to do. Shoot, prosecution looking over at Vonni like, damn, we didn't think about it like that. This thing getting mixy, and let me tell you something, Durk is looking like he can see a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. I'm gonna let y'all know if we get some updates, but they playing the blame game. I'm just a messenger.
Durk snitching in that courtroom? No. Yo, but listen to me. Durk snitching in that courtroom? Yo, didn't nigga snitch on me? Jorge, the driver, didn't he snitch on me? Took everybody down?
Yeah. He was tape recording.
If snitch plus snitch equals okay. No, hold on. Because Durk hired these lawyers, right? So I know.
Yo, you gotta get on Facts TV because we gonna have to debate this. I'm on Durk's side with this. This is not false snitching. This is called an alternate theory defense. You notice it's basically Rondo did with C-Day when Rondo said, "How don't you, the evidence kind of match the other guy? So why y'all blaming it on me?" Is that snitching? That's not snitching.
You're not supposed to say that, nigga. Any street nigga, come on, bro. Street niggas like, shut up. Y'all figure it out.
He did shut up. The lawyers is just making a statement. He's making a case.
But you're supposed to tell your lawyer. You're supposed to tell your lawyer as a street nigga. I'm not pointing fingers at nobody else. I just know I didn't have nothing to do with it. That's it. How you throwing it on another man? That's snitching.
Okay. Is it snitching if he's throwing it on the snitch? Vonni is snitching.
So why can't why my shit wasn't okay? Because I got told on.
Do you think Lil Durk is gonna get off on this case?
Little Durk, maybe if they call him Little Durk in front of all them white people in the jury, maybe he'll get off. But Lil Durk, I definitely believe he has a strong chance right now to get off. But, you know, his only opening arguments right now from the feds and the prosecutors, which are the feds and the defense, you know, I think the feds have a tall mountain to climb in order for them to convict Lil Durk beyond a reasonable doubt.
And his real name is Durk Banks?
Yes, Durk Banks.
Durk Banks. I feel like I should start calling him Durk Banks. Like, is that the official way? I just started doing journalism recently, so I'm just trying to learn, you know, the actual, I guess you could say, nomenclature of you know, journalism.
I mean, if you want to be politically correct, you can say Durk Banks, but that's just like saying Little Durk instead of Lil Durk, right? You want to connect to the streets, man. Lil Durk, free Lil Durk, man, free Smirk.
All right, man. Hey, you heard it here, folks. It's Camel's news you can use. I got to go move my car, man, because I thought this court case was going to be like 2 hours. So I was like, yeah, look, hey, I'm new to this, man. Hey, one day I'll be true to this, but, you know, this is day one. So.
Hey, man, listen, it's your boy, Donat. You guys can find me on Instagram, on TikTok at Donat, DONATPOV. I covered the Diddy trial. I was at the Milagro Grams trial, covered Tory Lane's sentencing hearing. So.
Okay, so Durk's team is positioning as Durk would know how to set this up. He's a big multimillionaire celebrity. It's Cavon Grant, OTF Vonni. He's a mastermind. He tells Durk, yo, I know how to get the ski mask. Matter of fact, I'm going to go get them the gloves. I'm going to go get them the guns. I know how to do all that. So essentially, they're going to try to paint, this is the defense team opening statement. They're going to paint Durk as I didn't know what was going on. I got the bread. I always pay for the guys. They misuse, if money came from my credit cards or OTF credit cards, they misused it. Yeah, I ain't like the nigga, but I never gave them explicit direction or I wasn't down with the plan. Now the music is going to come in at that point. I ain't gonna lie.
Lil Durk snitched on Cavon Grant. OTF Vonni, yeah. The shooting of Lil Pap, a 2019 shooting involving OTF Zoo, Cavon Grant, and Lil Durk was blamed on Cavon Grant by Lil Durk's defense attorneys. How y'all feel about that? Everybody want to move the goalposts when it comes to snitching. So let's stick to y'all definition. Y'all said a snitch is when you do crime together voluntarily and then you cooperate against one of the participants. That's what Lil Durk is doing. What kind of $1 million defense lawyer is this? Durk could have went in there with a public defender and blamed it on Vonni. I know Lil Baby, Future, everybody in Atlanta, they are disappointed. Everybody disappointed. 6ix9ine was right. These rappers would make the same decision if they're in his shoes. Cause look at Durk. Lil Durk and his defense lawyers are blaming everything on Cavon Grant, which is considered snitching.
That shit looking like it's all bad. So listen, a lot of y'all out here, especially you young niggas, y'all really gotta like pay attention for real. Cause y'all look up to these rappers, y'all influenced by and I'm not even trying to shame you for real. Like I was under the influence of a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? People, music, all types of shit. I did 12 years in prison. This is what y'all gotta realize. Bro, every real nigga ever that's been told on by somebody in his circle, swear to God, he had the tightest circle ever. Every nigga that's ever been told on by somebody in his circle swore his circle was the hardest, most stomped down niggas ever, including me. I got told on. I got told on by my co-defendant. I got told on by one of my big bros from the hood, someone I looked up to that was reputable in the streets, had a, you know what I'm saying, he had a reputation, stomped down, like putting in work and shit. And he told on me. And then we seen this shit with this Lil Durk shit. One of his main hitters turned state evidence. And this is what y'all gotta understand before it's too late. We're not even gonna talk about dying in the streets because that's a whole nother conversation, right? We're just gonna talk about getting locked the fuck up. It's easy. I ain't gonna cap. It's easy to put in some work. If you know, you know. It's not even hard to put in some work. And I'm not even just talking about simply just, you know what I'm saying, like, unaliving somebody, but just anything that comes along with it, because people don't only snitch when it comes to unaliving. I'm just talking about anything out there hustling, getting money, robbing, sliding, you know, worst case scenario, unaliving. Like, it's not even hard though. It's not hard. But I'm gonna tell you something, when they sit your ass in that interrogation room, you see, this is what a lot of people don't even like. I've talked about my case before, right? And just to try to like shed light on the situation. But I remember when they brought me, they were taking me to the interrogation room. I walked past my co-defendant that told on me. And I looked at him. And I looked at him like, you know what I'm saying, what's up? I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's good? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's solid. You know what I mean? He wouldn't even make eye contact with me. I should have known right there. Really, I should have known from something else. You know what I'm saying? But he had just got done snitching on everybody. Mentioned me by name. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all gotta understand, this loyalty shit that y'all think y'all have in the streets, 9 times out of 10, that shit ain't real. I promise you. I'm not even trying to cap with you. Just that shit is dead. The streets is dead. Snitching is snitching. Everybody trying to come up with these rules and these loopholes. Listen, snitching is snitching. If somebody tell on you, you tell back snitch. If you tell on somebody snitch, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if somebody comes through, slides on you and your homeboys. You see your homeboy get unalive, God forbid, and you tell the police what you seen. Snitch. If you're not ready to go through all that, which a majority of human beings aren't, which is fine, because you shouldn't be going through it anyway, bro, just stop playing with it. Stop playing with it. Before you get yourself in the situation, right? And the ones that don't snitch, walk that time down. Walk it down.
Vonni already admitted, I did that, I did that, I did that, I did that. So Durk referencing what he already admitted to have done, how is that telling? The idea of telling is like your man didn't admit it.
Okay, so basically people are now trying to band together and say that Lil Durk is a snitch because one of his lawyers during the opening statements said that OTF Vonni was the one that was behind everything that happened. Y'all truly do not understand how ridiculous y'all sound. First of all, lawyers' opening statements is not evidence. It is theories. It is reasonable doubt. It is not actual evidence. So if you really think that Lil Durk is actually a snitch, you're either slow or you was never in the streets for real. Because please explain to me how somebody can catch a case with you, admit to everything that they did, and then say that they did all of that because of you. And then when you say, I don't know what they're talking about, they had to been the mastermind behind it. All of a sudden now, you told. That's not how that works. The only way that I personally would say that this was snitching is if Durk and Vonni and everybody else was still fighting the case and this is what Durk was going with. But the fact that Vonnie's working with him and they have evidence of this man going to the store, buying a ski mask, and he paid for all this with OTF credit cards, this doesn't seem like Vonni did all that on accident. It's not like he did it on purpose, just in case, you know, something did go south. So, I mean, I could see what they're working with. So if the man is already working with the feds and he already has immunity, how is anything that's being said in trial from Lil Durk's lawyers telling? But this is another reason why I tell y'all, leave the streets alone, because you can't win. No matter what you do, no matter which way you handle it, it's always going to be somebody right there saying that you did not handle the streets in the right code and in the right manner. So at that point, just leave the streets alone, man. That's just me, though. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Is it telling it? Is it not? Also, follow me for more content like this.
Look, I don't want to hear nothing. Durk just blamed everything on Vonni. Vonni is the only one that want to slide for Von. Why? Because that's his best friend. He booked the flights. He did this. He did that. Hey, listen, you dealing with some Chicago slime ball ass niggas. I don't care what y'all talking about. Vonni was never Durk homie. Guess what? Them niggas all congregated, came together, and said, fuck it. This the only way we gonna get Durk home. The only way we gonna get home is we blame it on this outside nigga. He's not a member. He never was a member. This was Von, homie, best friend since they was kids or whatever. He brought him around. Never one of them niggas owned each other loyalty. All them niggas was fake. So guess what the slime ball niggas do? We gonna get Durk home. Fuck it. Let's put it on the weakest link. Let's put it on the goofy. The goofy did that. He did this. They gonna try to say, oh, the lawyer's doing that. If you allow your lawyers to blame something, you is the snitch too. Even if you didn't get on the stand, you agreed to let your lawyer say that. It's simple as that. I don't want to hear the world saying, oh, Durk not in. Nigga, Durk told them that Durk agreed with this shit. Nigga, trial is going on and Durk blaming everything on OTF Vonni. At the end of the day, is he wrong? He ain't wrong. Fuck him. This is what people do. The streets are dead. This shit is over with. It's been over with. It's either your life or my life. And guess who life I'm gonna pick? My life, nigga. So a lot of these niggas be doing all that. You a real nigga, you gonna go down and da-da-da. These niggas not going down. It's a new day, bro. It's not back in the day. These niggas don't have morals, principles. It's your life or my life. And my life come first, so fuck your life. And that's what Durk just did. That's gonna be the only way Durk gonna come from this shit. All them niggas, Ace Boogie, OTF DD, all them niggas done set back to, you don't think they were sending kites to each other? They sending kites to each other. How we gonna come from under this? Ain't no way to come up from under this shit unless we blame it on the goofy. And guess what? They blaming it on the goofy. I told y'all this shit is crazy, but your favorite rapper not as gangster as you think he is. Simple.
OTF Jam, OTF Vonni, and Flocka are all expected to testify for the prosecution, and they have all taken plea deals. And based on the opening statements, their testimony is considered a major part of the government's case against Lil Durk. Now, Lil Durk, whose real name is Dirk Banks, along with his co-defendants DeAndre Wilson and David Lindsay, are all on trial right now. The prosecutor started off their opening statements by telling the jury that this is a story of revenge. Their theory is that after King Von was unalived in Atlanta in 2020, Durk wanted revenge against Quando Rondo. Now, they alleged that members of OTF traveled to Los Angeles, tracked Rondo, and opened fire at a gas station in August 2022. Rondo survived. However, his cousin, Savaya Robinson, known as Lil Pop, was unalive. Now, they claimed that Durk was calling the shots, that they showed jurors surveillance footage, pictures, and text messages, including a message they say Durk sent Vonni the day before the shooting that read, "Don't book no flights under names involved with me." Now, Durk's attorney, Marissa Goldberg, told the jury that the government had the wrong man. The defense is pointing directly at Vonni. They're saying that he had a much deeper personal connection to King Von. Vonni was with Von when he was shot and rushed him to the hospital. According to Durk's defense, Vonni is expected to testify that he booked a rental car, put a fake license plate on it, and purchased ski masks. The defense also attacked Jam's credibility, telling jurors that he was interviewed by law enforcement around 30 times. Now, they also say that Durk was not at the shooting and there is no evidence that anyone was actually paid for a hit, asking them basically, if there was a murder for hire, where is the money? Now, they also dispute the government's claim that Durk was attempting to flee the country when he was arrested in Miami. The defense is saying that he was there working on music with DJ Khaled. Now, DeAndre Wilson's attorney got up for opening statements and said that he was simply a passenger, that he didn't know about any alleged plan beforehand, and he did not do anything to further it. David Lindsay's attorney got up for opening statements and said that there are no texts, DMs, calls, DNA, or fingerprints connecting him to this shooting. Now, 4 prosecution witnesses have already testified at this point. Right now, they are on lunch break. Now, the first witness to take the stand was a 911 records custodian, which authenticated a call which came from a frantic witness reporting about a group of people shooting. The second witness was Detective Samuel Murillo, that testified that investigators recovered 18 shell casings, 16 10mm and 2 9mm, along with a bullet jacket. On cross-examination, David Lindsay's attorneys confirmed that his DNA or or fingerprints were not found on the guns or at the scene. Now, a former LA Sheriff Officer, Louis Calvillo, testified about finding Lil Pop wounded in the back of the Escalade. The jurors watched his body camera footage as he removed Robinson from the vehicle and attempted CPR. You could hear him basically take his last breath, but he was unable to resuscitate him. Now, the fourth witness was a medical examiner who stated that Lil Pop suffered 4 gunshot wounds. The most serious was a gunshot wound to the left side of his chest. That bullet struck his left rib and left lung and punctured his heart. It caused internal bleeding and damage that would interfere with both breathing and blood circulation. He also testified that he suffered 2 gunshot wounds to his left bicep, with one having an exit wound and a 4th gunshot to the left forearm. Now, these are the 4 witnesses that have taken the stand so far. 4 witnesses to take the stand after lunch break, and I will be back to let you all know.
Durk defense. Remember, it's incumbent on the government to make a case against you. It's not on you to show up to tell why you're innocent. Durk says he has 25 witnesses. 25 witnesses sounds like you're trying to put on a case. It doesn't seem like you're trying to just like, kind of button a few things up. Sounds like the government got 35, Durk got 25. Marissa Goldberg, who's doing the opening for Durk, basically lays out that the government has stuff wrong and basically says the mastermind is a Cavon Grant, aka O.T. Vonni. What does that tell us, chat? It tells us that Durk's defense, we don't know if he's going to put on a full defense case, but he's already framing this as, why y'all saying Durk is the mastermind? It's Vonni. Now, for the people in the back, he's not pointing fingers. What he's doing is what's called an alternate theory defense, right?
So here's where it stands. The feds came with the revenge story, the text messages, the witnesses, them same witnesses who took plea deals to save theyself. Keep that in mind. And Durk camp, they flipped it, put it all on Vonni. Now the internet split down the middle, half saying it's foul, half saying every man pick his own life when his life on the line. Real talk though, this the part nobody want to hear. The streets is undefeated, and the streets don't lose for you, it lose on you. Loyalty look real to the interrogation room. That's the lesson, whatever side you on. But hey, I'm just a messenger. His lawyer said it, not me. Y'all the jury in the comments. Snitching or smart lawyering? Let me know. Lock in for day 4, cause this one ain't over.